Hey guys, welcome back to Jack and the Top Stock. Now this past year has been very difficult for pretty much everybody in the world. I think it's quite rare that we can have one catastrophe that affects the entire world at the same time. So, congratulations to all those that have survived. Condolences if you have loved ones that passed away in the past year due to the pandemic. There were a lot of things that were shut down, and for music lovers out there, I know you missed the concert so much, right? Because of the social distancing, physical distancing rules, we can't go outside, we can't see our friends, we can't go to a bar and just sit down and have a drink with everybody. Obviously, we can't go into the stadium with 50,000 people. That would not be a great idea for the pandemic. But today, we're gonna talk about 3 stocks that you can actually own that really represents the music industry right now, and hopefully you'll like these and invest your money in there. And once the world reopens again, go out there, spend that money, and these shares will probably go up as well. So let's take a look. Number 1 is SPOT, listed on the New York Stock Exchange. Is Spotify. You guys know what it is. It's the largest music streaming platform in the world by subscriber count, with 158 million subscribers across 178 countries. That's a lot of places that you can use Spotify. It's founded in 2006 and headquartered in Stockholm, Sweden. It went public in April 2018. The price right now, it trades around $230 per share. The market cap is around $44 billion, but it did drop more than 30% from the peak back in February 2021, along with a lot of the other tech stocks like Tesla and so on. So it's not alone, definitely, but I think it's still got a good business model, and 90% of the revenue comes from paid subscriptions, the other 10 from ads. And it's expanding aggressively into podcasts and other things that you can listen to besides music. In April 2021, it introduced its first piece of hardware. It's called Car Thing. So it's this little piece of plastic with a screen that you can attach to your car dash. And it acts like independent music streaming service, right? Directly to your car. You can see what song they're playing and you can dial. So that's pretty interesting. And but since its introduction, it's always been this battle between Spotify and the artists and the labels about how much royalty is reasonable to be paid to these artists, right? And particularly when the pandemic, all the concert venues were closed. There wasn't a lot of other sources of revenue besides really streaming music. So this is going to be really important going forward. But it's got a lot of competition in the music streaming space with Google, YouTube Video, Amazon's Prime Music, and Apple Music. A lot of these other tech giants have got so much resource to pour into any of their products to make sure they succeed. So Spotify, as a pure play streaming service, it's got to step up the game in order to survive, I think. For me, I have to be honest, I'm an ad-supported user. I'm not one of those paid users. But so far, I really enjoy actually being a free user because, they don't really shove ads down your throat like some other platform that we know and love. So they do have the 30-minute free ad-free music, so that's pretty cool. It's got a good range too of genres and language, so you can mix it up with your pop music and then Latin, a little bit of K-pop and then Mandarin. So it's got everything, right? At the end of the day, though, I'm not super excited about it because I don't feel like there's a lot of things that's special about Spotify that makes me want to open the app every single day and look at what's happening. Not like Netflix, right? I think Netflix played this really well with their originals, and that really grabbed onto the users, and I think that's why Spotify is trying to go hard into podcasts and make this special content that you can only get from Spotify. Next, we're gonna look at LYV, listed on New York Stock Exchange, is Live Nation. Live Nation was founded in 2010 following the merger of Live Nation and Ticketmaster. Both of these companies have had a long history in the music industry, and they just decided to form a giant company that really controls the live music industry, right? It's got festivals like EDC Las Vegas. It's promoted concerts like Justin Bieber, Billie Eilish. A lot of the top artists have affiliations with Live Nation, and its price is trading around $90 per share. The market cap is at around $20 billion, and it's actually near all-time highs. And you think, what? After all that, closures of the venues and not having any concerts, I think people are really expecting a huge rise in reopening, right? Reopening revenue coming from everybody that's so tired of staying home and they just gotta get out. And I'm sure those people will come back once the venues start opening. In terms of its revenue, 10% of the ticket processing fees go into the revenue, less than 10% from sponsorships and advertising, and the rest of the revenue are from concerts and events. And what's really interesting about Live Nation is they actually hold equity interest in some of the venues. So out of the ticket sales, you not only get the ticket processing fees, you also get a portion of the concert revenue as well. And they do continue to acquire local productions around the world to add to their product offering. Like I mentioned before, the pandemic shut down almost all of its business. It's lost 90% of its revenue. But again, a great stock to look at during the reopening process. Live Nation, they have almost no competition around the world. They have such a big share of the market. And we'll see, what happens with the progress of the reopening. We have countries go back and forth in the lockdown, and that's not really great for Live Nation. And also, we got into this habit of watching things on a screen already. So there could be some habit changing with its consumers, similar to movie theaters, right? Once we get used to watching movies on the TV, do we still need to go to movie theaters? But the big difference between concerts and movies is that you do feel the energy, you get that response from the stadium, and that's very different from the theater experience where you don't really huddle up and cheer people on when you're watching a movie, right? The last stock that I want to talk about is WMG, listed on the NASDAQ stock exchange, is Werner Music Group. They represent huge artists like Bruno Mars, Cardi B, and Ed Sheeran, and it's got decades of experience in the music industry. It's got labels, have huge catalog of music. The price right now is around $35 per share. It's got $18 billion market cap. Out of all the revenue, 85% comes from recorded music, which includes performance, streaming, and sales. 15% comes from publishing, like rights and licensing of the songs. I think in order for these record labels to succeed, they always have to continually find new artists that can bring in new audience, bring in new songs to the market that can, replenish, I guess, the catalogs, right? Because I feel like the music industry changes a lot, kind of like fashion. So, Werner Music is actually one of the smallest of the big three. So the big three music groups in the industry are Sony Music, Universal Music Group, and Werner Music. But it's got strong lineup of artists, and I'm sure they will continue to create great music in the future. So after talking about all of these stocks, there's just one thing that we really want, right? It's for them to go up. And in the wise words of Cardi B, we just want it to go up and get stuck and not come down like Spotify. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you next time. Up, 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 up. Once upon a time.